on my way. Alright, dog. Deal with him.
I checked. I searched him. I searched him. All he has is a flashlight. He just has a flashlight.
All right, folks. So like I said, we're gonna begin in a couple minutes. Probably around 9:05 in that range of time. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Sheriff. Congratulations on winning another term, sir. Congratulations. I'll have a service pistol. Good luck taking that away. This thing goes to the grave with me.
Shut up.
You're not supposed to have that on you, buddy. Why do you have a beret?
I'm not talking just yet. We're starting in a few minutes. All right. Oh wait. Arium. Is he in here? Arium, can you put Timbo in the stage? He's like streaming, so I feel like it might be beneficial to the people.
I sent him an invite. There he is.
All right, thank you. Timbo, I just figured you might want to stream it. Um, all right. Good evening, my fellow law enforcement officers, government officials, and most importantly, my fellow Ridgeway citizens. Um, I want to start this conference off by thanking you guys for the support and dedication that you guys have shown me in the re-election. Whether I received your vote or not, I urge you to continue to come to me with any issues that arise. I plan on working day and night until we can resolve them. Enough about me. I want to bring up some things that you can expect from my office in the coming days. Um, Earlier tonight, around 1900 hours, I released applications for transfer and reinstatement applications. These applications are open until Friday, March 22nd at 11:59 p.m. I urge you guys to apply. I know you guys have been asking for a lot of applications, so I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of these and that the finest apply. Um, so the main event for this press conference tonight is a pretty big change in the sheriff's office. Um, Throughout my term, I spoke on holding people accountable. I find that word to be a challenge, whether it's in real life or in a game. Accountability. Thinking on the word in reference to the game we play, we are accountable to the people we serve as law enforcement officers and government officials. With that being said, I will be blunt. I have asked Under Sheriff Dino Raff for his departure from his office. Dino and I have spoke on this topic since day one of my term. I welcomed him into my command, and I am forever grateful for the time we spent together working side by side. However, at such a time, we require to part ways. Um, Dino Raff and I have spoken together, and we have spoken about thinking that he should step down as well. Dino and I remain on good terms. There is no bad blood. We understand that this line of work requires the utmost from each of us, and Dino will be stepping down into an advisory position within the department. Having said that, I will be restructuring the advisory component to the sheriff's office in the coming days to ensure the quality and efficiency of said component. I really do want to explain that Dino Raf has been one of the most, they're the longest serving deputy that I can think of. One of the OGs, and he has done so much for the department that will never, ever be forgotten. Um, so in regards to the now vacant office of undersheriff, I do not yet have an individual to step in to that office. I will be informing the public at such a time when I'm ready to announce the new undersheriff. These changes are a start to a prosperous term. I pledge to you guys that I have and always will hold myself and those under me to higher standards. You, our citizens, deserve our best. Thank you guys for your never-ending support, and I will now be taking questions. Yeah, Davey. Um, Obviously, I have been looking at my central command, and not only limiting it to my central command. Throughout the past days, I have been looking at replacements for undersheriff. Obviously, I'm not going to say that I have a definite answer on that yet, but there are people that I have in mind for that position. Yes. Ryan, go ahead. All right. Next question. Can you drown? Yes. The entire department being laid off. Not a big fan of that. No, no, no. I think I'm okay without that. Yeah, executor. Yeah, so with the upcoming application process, um, I like to think that my application committee has been very efficient in making sure of their practices being up to par. Um, I know that my application committee is very diverse. There we always, if we're going to deny somebody, we always have a standard of getting a second opinion. Um, and with our application committee being very diverse, um, we have a chance where if someone wants to deny someone, they have to get an opinion of someone who might not agree with that. So you know what I mean? Like we have standards that we follow through, um, and we also have checks and balances to make sure that one person can't ruin a person's application from going through. Yeah, Grover. So with the corrections and development oversight helping us out, it's been an issue. But it's something that I'm not done working with yet. I want to continue to reach out, and even if I can't get development oversight's help with it, it's something that I want to continue to help corrections do their best job. If I can't get development oversight to help us out, then I'm gonna start making policy changes in order to benefit the corrections as best I can. To the dealer problem, it just seems like from my knowledge, we have one person who dealt a loadout, and it's been duplicated. So with that being said, it's very hard to stop dupers and exploiters in that regard. Um, but we stand on a basis of going day to day, making sure that dealers don't exist, and if they do exist, we weed them out as best we can. I can't see who's asking questions. That tourist right there. Yes, sir. How can I help you? So like I said, our department in general, specifically our criminal investigations division and special response team, have been working day and night trying to get warrants, trying to figure out, what's going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing, and other departments and my department aren't linking up together. Who else had a question? Yes, good Bugatti. So how do I know that someone with a high rank in the department won't use their power to push their bias against someone? So I'm not a very lenient leader, I would say. I get on top of my guys very quickly. Um, I make sure that my command is very intact. And yeah, pause, 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 pause. Uh, I make sure that my command is very up to par with how they're efficient, or how efficient they are. Um, for example, Donnie over there, one of my captains, he knows that whenever he does something and it might be questionable, that I'm always there questioning what he's doing and what was his thought process to make sure that all of his actions were in the right way. And that goes for any member of my command, not just Donnie. And Donnie hasn't done questionable things. It's just an example. Is there any more questions? Can't even see. Right. So with the special divisions in the department, Bugatti, are you talking about like CID and IA releasing reports? Is that what you're referencing? What are you referencing here? Right. So obviously we know that criminal investigations division and internal affairs are very confidential. We have to make sure that nothing is getting leaked when those reports do come out. We have no issue in releasing reports that are classified, um, when we, can declassify as much as we can. Obviously, investigations that are ongoing cannot be released, so we have to just make sure that when we do release something. I prefer not to speak on the RNG situation because that is still an ongoing issue. That's not something I want to put my feet in because that's not where I stand. However, I will inform you that the RCSO has multiple layers of going through an administrative process, such as an at-will termination or, you know, an IA disciplinary action. So it's not just one person calling the shots, whereas in RNG, we don't really know how they function over there. So RXS, sometimes deputies struggle with seeing the chats that citizens might be calling out for help. There's definitely a situation where, you know, if we're driving past, going to a scene, a citizen might yell like deputy, and we can't respond as quickly because we have to go to that shootout or hostage situation or et cetera, et cetera. So there's multiple standards that we have to follow. Obviously, when our deputies are available, their number one goal is to help the citizens. So if they see you on the side of the road and you're screaming deputy, they should be stopping, yes. You just have to realize that not all circumstances are revealed in the moment. My current thoughts on CID, they're doing an excellent job. Um, that's 47. Dang. All right. Anyway, I think CID is doing a great job. They've been doing their due diligence with every case. That's 48. I think they are one of the superior divisions throughout the state. That's 49. I got one more, so I'm going to hold it till the end. I'm going to try to let other people answer some questions over here. W6, do you actually have a question? Right. Lieutenant W6 makes an awesome point. For those employed in the RCSO and those not employed who might be transferring or applying in the near future, the Special Response Team is a great group of individuals. I don't think people understand how well the unit functions as a team and the responsibilities and opportunities that are provided by joining the unit. So I think if you're coming to the RCSO in the next few weeks, months, however long, or if you're in it currently, I think the Special Response Team is something that you guys should be looking out for. Especially if you're a citizen and you see the Special Response Team going around, you might want to get out of their way because we're a force to be reckoned with. Amen. So for correctional applications, we just actually finished up one of our larger intakes. I think we hired around somewhere of 20 correctional officers or more. So it really depends on a need of applicants. So stems back there, that question about W6. Starting off, I'm well above 50 at this point. Jesus. So I personally, I can't say that the Department of Justice or another investigative unit or even an investigative unit of myself or my own department is going to never let that situation happen again. Obviously, there's standards that need to be met with investigative units, and I'm going to be one of the front runners in that in making sure those changes are made so that our Department of Justice and our investigative systems are doing better. I have always been the #1 supporter of my deputies. That's by far the biggest truth I can tell you guys. When W6 was originally up for the post of lieutenant, I spoke with him and I had the utmost trust in him when others did not. And look how that played out. My boy was innocent because I knew that he would defeat the odds. So I knew he did not do it. So the guy that goes with the question I just answered. I've always defended my deputies first in situations that might be questionable. And this guy's just running in here. I've always put my deputies first, and I will continue to do that. You know, there's standards that need to be met again with investigations and stuff like that, and we just have to make sure that those standards are always increasing, and we can really find out what's going on before we jump to conclusions like previously done. Yes, W6 is a great guy. Alright, last question, that Vex Nora. I have no comment whether or not I committed a war crime. I cannot comment on that. How many times have you said I think it's around 55. That's 56. I mean, I don't think it speaks on how prepared I was for this speech. I think it just, you know, doesn't matter. I think if I get my point across to the citizens and to the community, I think that's all that matters. So saying to separate my speech might not be the worst thing. The worst thing is someone that doesn't step in front of the podium and talk to the citizens of Ridgeway. Sure. So, you know, that's all I got. Regular intake applications for the RCSO will probably come out near the date of the RCS or the LETC class being concluded, somewhere around there. All right. So with that, I will be taking the rest of the questions in my direct messages. You guys have open DMs access to me, so I encourage you guys if you have questions or concerns to just DM me. I always try to get back to you guys within a couple minutes, and if I cannot, I try to answer as soon as I'm available. And if I forget, just start spamming my DMs. I don't care. All right. Adios.